Hey, it's Mike Scully here. I'm going to talk today raw, off the cuff, for as long as it takes, as long as it needs, about the reality of being a freelancer, an entrepreneur, a business owner in Ireland. And there's a lot of perks, there's a lot of disadvantages too, and honestly, the reality of living in Ireland as a whole in general, right? So, for most people, at the age I am, early 20s, even mid 20s, honestly, even I've come across people in their 30s still living with their parents with little to no choice. They might be earning 2,500 a month, but the nearest property that's respectable to live in costs 2k a month, and you can't do that. You can't even feed yourself at that point. By the time you've bills paid, taxes paid, all this, right? So, being an entrepreneur seems like the only way for me, in my opinion, to actually create wealth, to get rich, to become wealthy for not only myself, but my family, my children in coming years and so on, and to actually create a family that's has a safety net, secure, and in a comfortable position, in a comfortable place. For most people, this is a country where there's a lot of people with a lot of money, but and the standard of living is relatively high, but at the same time it's quite difficult. The standard of living is high because we're all at home with parents. 3, 4 lads are bunking into one house, different things like this. So there is opportunities though, and that's what I want to make you aware of, that there is a way out. You can do more than what you're currently doing. You're 9 to 5 and them telling you you're stuck at 30, 35, 40 grand for the rest of your life. There's much more than that. You can make 40 grand in a month. I've done it. Between my companies, no, I haven't taken home that much, but between the companies, I've been able to generate that much in 1 month. And at that point, you don't really question the money. Don't worry about the money. But there's inconsistencies with business. You could take home 40 grand 1 month. You could take home 4 the next. And 400. And this is the issue with business in general. You never know. Even if you have, that's online business in particular, but even if you have a physical business, let's say it's in a local market and you're selling coffee and crepes, if the weather is bad for a month, you're not going to have a good month. If the weather is really good, you're going to have a really good month. So it's very dependent on outside factors in a lot of cases, and to be honest, that's reality of business. Once you're winning more than you're losing, you're in a winning position and you're working for yourself. You're not going into an office, climbing poles like I used to do as a telecommunications engineer. And yeah, a lot of people will have 9 to 5s and be quite happy in them. Personally, I wasn't satisfied. I'm never satisfied. I'm still not. I keep myself up at night overthinking, thinking, what can I do? What can I do next? And it's difficult. It's a difficult mindset to have. But in this country, I feel like if you're not making a couple of 100,000 a year, there's not much you can really do. If you earn 100 grand, you come home with probably 50. You rent a place that's 2 grand a month, that's 24 grand a year. Half your income is gone. Even when you're on 100 grand a month or 100 grand a year, half your income is gone on rent. Like, that's absurd. So as a business owner, what you want to do is leverage attention, get as much attention as possible. There's a lot of people doing it really, really well. Protein Bar, Ben Williams, McGregor did it well, to name someone that's even much, much bigger than any of us combined. So leveraging that attention is very important to grow a business. It doesn't matter if you're at a local market, and if you get enough attention through social media, through passers-by, you'll sell more. Leveraging attention is very, very important. But the reality is, if you make 50 grand a year in Ireland and you're on your own, you can't really, what can you buy? What house can you buy? What can you even rent? Your income after tax is what, 32, 34,000 in the year, around that, maybe even less, I don't know. So you have to do more. You have to be more. And a lot of people will just settle and stick at what they are at and where they're at. And this is a problem for a lot of countries as well. It's not just Ireland. It's not me hating on Ireland in any way. I love this country in a lot of ways. I think it's absolutely fantastic in many ways. But it's extortion in so many others. So with being self-employed, corporate tax is 12.5%. Currently 12.5%. that gives you massive advantage. You can purchase a lot of your stuff through the company and you pay far less tax. So if you earn €1,000, you only have to pay 12.5% on it for the company. And if you need to buy for example, a new laptop, phone, Apple Watch, whatever it is, desk for your setup, this light here, this microphone, this can all be bought through the company, which was only 12.5% tax. So a lot of stuff actually becomes cheaper in a way when you do have your own company, when you are self-employed. You also have to look at when you're self-employed. Can you get a mortgage? Very, very difficult. I've been told by many lenders that I have to wait 3 years. I have to have 3 years of books. For me, at the moment, I have like a year, So that's a difficult one. It's like I have to save up cash if there's cash in the bank if I want to be able to get a house, and then that's a lot of years of saving, of scrounging, of not spending much money. I have to pay rent, I have to pay for the car, I have to pay for different things and this and that, and just living in general. So you have to earn an absurd amount of money. Yes, will I get there? I'm 25 currently. Yes, will I get there when I'm 30? Yeah, for sure. There's no issue. But I don't want it. I want more right now. I want to push harder now. I want to see what I'm capable of. And there's a lot of people that will never get this at all, never get this opportunity whatsoever. And I feel sorry for people in those positions. It's tough. It is tough, and it's hard to take. There's no doubt about it. For me, I'm going to put myself in every position possible. I've worked a lot. I continue to work a lot and make the right decisions moving forward. But it's very difficult to actually create a life for yourself very quickly in this country. It really is. If I was in England, I could have a house bought. No issue. If I was in Spain, house bought. No issue. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm actually looking at investment properties. So I'm going to get myself into some investment properties in different countries, because again, Ireland seems quite expensive to be able to get in on this. Even if you buy something cheap, you need to put a ridiculous amount of money into it, and buying something cheap here gets you a rundown, basically bricks. That's what you get. You get bricks for 60, 70, 80 grand, sometimes even more, depending on the location. It could be 150 grand. Whereas in another country, in England, you can get a nice house for 150. In Spain, you get a nice house for 150. Plus you have the weather in Spain. But the goal here is not to just buy a personal house. It's to actually get investments. Make the money online, put it in assets. Make more money online, put it in assets. And if you have those assets built up over a number of years, you can never go broke. You can never go back to zero. You don't have to worry about the online money anymore. You have to settle. If you have 5 properties and you're making $2,000 a month from each of them and they're all paid cash, you're good. You're making 10 grand a month. So that's the case. That's my plan. That's what I want to do. You can look at crypto. You can look at stocks. I think stocks are a fantastic place to put money if you're going to do it long term. If you have a short lookout term on stocks, you can't do much with that. I think it's very much the same with property as well, especially if you're getting mortgages. But yeah, we need to push. We need to push back, push beyond the boundaries and what we think is possible and what we think we're capable of. There's a lot more out there. There's a lot more to achieve, and I'll never be stopping. So thanks for watching this video, a little rant, a little conversation. If you like this, if you want to hear more, if you have any questions, please ask them below. Subscribe would mean the world to me, and like this video to help me out in the algorithm. Thanks very much, everybody. Take care.